Good morning, everyone. This is Bremster, and today I'm coming to you with a puzzle called Another Lost Toy. This is by Sandra and Nala, and for those of you who don't know, Nala is a dog. I'll try and remember to throw an image over, who goes on adventures, and Sandra and Nala set puzzles about those adventures. There's an entire series of these over on Logic Masters Germany, and these puzzles are incredibly popular. And I received an email from Sandra and Nala giving me permission to do these puzzles, and I definitely wanted to jump in on that one. So one of the things that I may be actually recording some extra videos on this one. I don't know, because I'm so excited to do these puzzles. I think I've seen one of them solved, but I haven't actually done any of them myself. And I love fog puzzles, and I love the idea behind these. So we'll see how I go. I'm actually doing a bunch of recording, but I've got a long queue, so I've got to figure that out. A couple of things I do want to call out. I wouldn't be doing this for a while because I'm under incredible time pressure at the moment. I'm recording in advance. I've mentioned this before. I'm recording in advance in order to prepare for some stuff that's coming up. I'm actually recording this well over a week before you're going to see this. The other thing is that the puzzle a couple of days ago, it was a math pesto puzzle, 10 types of lines. I it ended up being released on a weekend, and I do want to call out that this puzzle existed. And if you didn't see the puzzle, again, I'll try and remember to throw it over there, but it was my puzzle from a couple of days ago. If you didn't see that video, please go check it out. I think it is possibly one of the best puzzles I've seen in this year. It was absolutely stunning, and I'm still thinking about that puzzle. For me, it is a couple of days later. It was absolutely fantastic. It just blew my mind. The other thing is, you may have noticed I've had a few guest solvers on recently. Some of them solving puzzles of mine. The reason for that is my guest solvers love finding my puzzles when I release them and saying, I get messages from them saying, can I please do this puzzle? And that is something that happens. One thing that happened is the puzzle that Doomjut did of mine yesterday. For you, that was a puzzle that Doomjut had said, yeah, could we do this? I actually suggested it to it because I know Doomjut likes indexing puzzles, and I mentioned that I'd done this, and it turned into a discussion, would he do a video solve, and all of that came together. But I was expecting Doomjut solve, and then I wake up in the morning and I get a message from Full Deck and Missing a Few Cards saying they've also recorded a solve. Wasn't expecting it at all, because they said, we're going to sit down and do this puzzle, let's record it and send it to Brem. Now, I'm not going to release two videos to the main channel of the same puzzle, but what I am going to do is I'm going to release that as a bonus video to my patrons, and I may release it later, I'm not sure. But you're not missing out on the puzzle, you're not missing out on a puzzle solve. Doomjot's video is absolutely stunning. He absolutely nails it. The two solves are very similar in the logic they find and the path they find. And as I said, I'm not locking puzzles behind a paywall at all, but as a bonus for my Patreon things, I'm going to release the Full Deck and Missing a Few Cards video, at least for now. There's been a couple of things I've released to patrons, but no puzzles have been locked behind those. Some of them have been things that I've done for social media and stuff, so if you've got me on social media, particularly Blue Sky, some of it's there. So it's all I'm just trying to keep everything afloat at the moment. But this Sandra and Nala one, as I said, I might end up trying to do this as a series, which I might release as a playlist or something. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this, but I really want to get more into these puzzles and see what I can find. But let's have a look at this one. Now, because this is a fog puzzle, I haven't reset this in any way, shape, or form, and the rules are in a format that, no offense to Sandra and Nala, they kind of irk me, because they... Yeah, it's just not the way my brain works. So, yeah, it's a bit weird. So, anyway, so the rules read, oh no, where is it? After a long throw and some weird rustling noises, Nala went for a long search, but came back without her toy and a sad look on her face. Where could it be? Can you help her find it? So, we've got to find Nala's toy somewhere in the grid. Normal Sudoku rules apply, so we have to place 1 to 9 in every row, in every column, and in every 3x3 box. And yeah, without repetition, or exactly once each. Every digit that appears in a circle, so this is the quadruple constraint, must also appear at least once in its four surrounding cells. So we do know that in these four cells, we have to put a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4. If there was a circle here in this intersection with just a 1 and a 2, we would know we needed to put a 1 or a 2. If there was a circle on a border, you could, with a 1 on it, you could put 2 1s. You can repeat, but you just have to appear at least once. If an arrow is present in a cell, the digit in the cell the arrow comes from appears in the grid in the direction of the arrow at a distance of n cells, where n is the digit in the arrow's cells. Not all arrows are necessarily given. There is no negative constraint. There is not negative constraint. This is the sort of thing that irks me. When this was obviously tested by someone, but the tester went, "Oh, there's a spelling mistake in the rules," and didn't actually provide that as feedback for it to be corrected. Fingernails down chalkboard time for me. Anyway, so what this means is the digit that the arrow comes from, which I'm assuming is this cell, must be pointed to by the arrow, and it's going to be a distance away that is pointed to by the arrow. So for example, there is an example, it's not above because of space restrictions, but if row 3, column 4, had an arrow pointing to the left, it does, and it was a 3. So if this was a 3, the digit that is here would also be here, because it would mean that 1, 2, 3, and that was a 5, then another 5 would be placed in row 3, column 1. So basically, if this is a 3 and this is a 5, this has to be a 5, because it's saying we have to place this 5, 1, 2, 3 digits away. And that's a good example because that's not possible because we cannot put a 5 around this quadruple. Anyway, additionally, the grid is partially covered in fog. Placing correct digits will clear the fog from the surrounding cells, possibly revealing more clues. So if you were to put a digit, say here, the fog will be revealed from every cell that touches that, even diagonally. So they're the rules. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. So we do know this is a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4. However, we know more about these because these 4 digits have to appear around the quadruple. And because we need to put all 4, we know that is a quadruple. Now, this cell has to be a 1 or a 2 because this digit has to be either here or here. So this is a 1, a 2, or 3, or a 4 because this digit has to be one of those two. This has to be a 1, 2, or a 3 because it has to be pointing at one of these 3 cells. So if this was a 4, we'd be pointing off the grid. And this means that this has to be a 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 quads all over this, but I'm not sure. One of these two has to be a 4. Now, there's going to be more logic here that I have yet to wrap my head around. So this, I'm going to have to wrap my head around this. One of these is a 4, so I cannot put a 4 here. Yeah, one of these has to be the 4 because, 4 has to be up here because because of the quadruple, but also because the 4 has to be pointed to by one of these. Now, these can't be the same. Could this be a 1? If this was a 1, it would point to that, which would be a 2, and then this would be 2, 1, 2. And that doesn't work. Hang on a minute. If this was a 1, this would be a 2. This would be a 2, and then there's no 2 around this quadruple. So this can't be a 1. So this is pointing to one of those, and this is pointing to one of those, but they have to be they have to point to different digits. So if this is a 1, which pointing here, this is a 3. If this is a 2, this can't be a 2. If this is a 2, it's pointing here. This then has to point to this cell because these are different. But that would mean if this is a 2, this is a 3, and they're pointing at the same things. So if this is a 2, it's pointing to this. That means this is pointing to this. This has to be the 1, which means that digit is that digit. I'm actually going to color them. And this digit can't point to here, or these two are the same. So this digit has to be the 3. And I'm starting to get some illustration or something behind the grid. I'm not sure how that works. Okay, but there's no 1 or 3 in these. This is a 2-4 pair. So this is a 2-4 pair because remember, these are the digits. This is this one and this is this one. I'm going to get rid of the colouring as soon as possible, but it means that this is a 1-1-3. Now this digit, hang on, this has to be a 1 because there's only one cell. So that is a 1. And that, there is a 6 and a 7 around here, but I'm not sure what that's doing. That digit is there. So those are the same digit. So they can't be 1, 2, 3, or 4 is all I know. So this is from... So this can't be 1, 2, 3, or 4 because it sees 1, 2, 4, and 3 because these are the same digit. But the maximum it can be is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a 5 and this is a 5. That's really clever. So I've done purple now. So purple can go away. Because if it was only higher than 5, I'd be pointing off the grid. Is this going to resolve? Do I need this colouring anymore? I don't think I do. I don't think I need that colouring. I'm going to get rid of it as soon as I can. Now I need to... That digit is going to go down here somewhere. Now this... So these two digits, they can't be 1, they can't be 2, they can't be 3, they can't be 4, they can't be 5, they can't be 6, and they can't be 7. This is an 8-9 pair. That's really clever as well, because they see these two digits here. They see 1, they both see 2, they both see 3, they both see 4, they both see 5, and the 6 and 7 in this quadruple must be around here. So this is an 8-9 pair. So we know these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So 5, 6, and 7 are in there. Oh, this digit, the 1, this 1 is thrown 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a 1. And this is now a 3-8 pair, because I have to put 3 and 8 around this quadruple, but this is a 5, 6, 7. This is very cool. So this digit, this is very, very cool. I'm not sure if this is sort of bushes in the park or anything. This digit is the one that's fascinating me now, because it has to be one of these. Now, this can't be a 1. Well, we know what these 3 digits are. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 4, or 9. Now, this can't be a 9, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, this is, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong digit. This digit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This has to be the 3, because 8 is off the grid. Sorry about that noise if it's being picked up. This is the 8. So 2, 4, or 9 is 1, 2, 3. So this is 2, 4, or 9. So it's 2 or 4 because I can't put 9 into that cell. So this is not 9, and now 9 is pointing down here. But this can't be a 9 because that's an arrow. So I'm going to get rid of that colour. This can't be a 9. Because if this is a 9, I'm throwing that digit 9 cells, and I can't do it. So this is not the 9, this is the 9, this is a 2-4 pair, which means this is a 2-4 pair, which means this is the 6-7. And that digit is 1... Actually, I am going to keep that colouring. I'm going to put it back. That digit is that digit. And 9 can't go 2 away, so that's the 4, that's the 2, so that's the 2, that's the 4. And 9 goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 9 goes there. And now I don't need the colouring anymore. And this is a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. I've broken the puzzle. What have I done? No, it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 and 8 is what it is. Now, if this is 3, 1, 2, 3, I'd have to put 9 there. And I can't put 9 there because this is a 1, 2, 3, 4 quad. So this is the 8. This is the 3. 9 has to go 8 digits, which is throwing 9 all the way to the bottom of the grid. I can't read that quadruple, but I'm assuming I don't need to. This is a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. This 3 makes this 1 and this 3. This is very, very fun. Now, this 9 is being thrown up the grid. Now, the 9 can't go... So, the 9 can't go... The 9 is in one of these two, basically, because of Sudoku. So this is either 1, 2, 3, or 4. So this is a 3 or a 4, and it can't be a 3. So that's the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, which makes that the 9. And I don't know what's going on now. The 4 looks up making that the 2 and that the 4. This is the digit that gets thrown 1. So this is the 4 and this is the 2. Right. So this digit is getting thrown this way. This digit is getting thrown up. And I mean that in a nice way, not in a bad way. Maybe there's Sudoku I can do, such as 1, 1. 1 is in one of those two cells. That can't be a 1, because if that was a 1, that digit would get thrown to there. So if this is a 1, those are the same digit, and that doesn't work. So that is a 1, and now I know this is a 6, 7 quad. I can't put both 6 and 7 in here, because if the 6 and 7 appeared here, that would be 3 cells in the column that have to take 6 and 7. So I know that has to be one of the 6, 7. So this 1 is getting thrown 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into one of those two cells, but this 1 means that that's not the 1, this is the 1. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this becomes the 6, which means that's the 7 and that's the 6. This is beautiful, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a 2, 5 pair. I can put in this triple, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There's no 6 there. Now I know there's a 7 in there, so that's the 8, and I can take 8 out of those. And I know what these are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a 5, 7 pair. So I know this triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, and 8. Now that might give me something here. But if this is a 2, this would be throwing that digit to there, and it would have to be an 8. Which doesn't work for a very odd reason. This is a bit of a look ahead, but I can see it fairly easily. If this is a 2, that digit is getting thrown there. Now this digit, the only time I could make those two the same digit is if they were both 8s, because there's already a 2 and a 3 in this column. So these would both be 8, which would put 8 into one of those two. But this can't be an 8, so this would have to be an 8, which would be pointing off the grid. So this can't be a 2. Now, if this is an 8, this is a 9, which it can't be. So this is a 3. That's really cool. That's... Let's go back to putting the 3 in and then remove the 3. Okay, that's very cool. So this is a 6 or a 7 now, because it's those are the same digit. And let's again color. Now, where do I want to look? This is an interesting combo, but it's scaring me. Oh, hang on. If this is a 6 or a 7, I've broken this quad. That's a 5. Didn't do anything for me, but it is a 5. Now, is there a restriction on these cells? These can't be more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They can't be 1. So they're 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they're not 4 or 5. So these are 2, 3, and 6. There's definitely going to be something going on there. So that's not a 6. So this digit is being thrown here or here. This digit, this also can't be a 6. Because if this is a 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 2, 3 would be thrown there, which it can't be. So this is a 2, 3 pair. Which means the 2, 3 is being thrown into one of these. And it can't be there. I can't put either a 2 or a 3 there. So that's the 2 and that's the 3. This is nuts. So the 3 is there. And whatever that digit is being thrown to there. Let's use a stronger colour. Let's use, actually, the blue is too close to the grey. Let's use the dark green. Okay. Which is kind of interfering with the... Oh, the park. It's a tree. That's cool. I still haven't found the toy. Now, this is being thrown there. Okay, there's a 4 on this quadruple. I'm pretty certain that's a 4, so I know there's a 4 in one of those two. There's a 9 in one of those two, which puts a 9 in one of those two. Actually, hang on, there's a 4 in one. There's no 4 there, there's no 4 there. That is just... Okay, what? That is not a 4? I've messed this puzzle up. How have I messed this puzzle up? The digits I've entered are correct. That's a feature, by the way. And I was certain I had because the fog had been lifted. Is that not a 4? Because if there's a 4 on this quadruple, I can't put 4 into any of those. So that 4 is wrong. Or it's not a 4. I don't know what it is then. I think a lot of people are going to see that and assume that's a 4. I don't know what else it could be. But if it's a 4, oh, that would be the 4. I put the 4 into the wrong cell. That is the 4. Why did I put it there when I knew the 4 was in the row? That was Bremster being dumb, which means that's the 9. So what can this be now? It can't be 1, 2, 3. It can't be 4. It can't be 5. It can be 6, 7, or 8. And it can't be 6. So this is 7 or 8 only, because it sees that 6. Yeah, I'm not sure. So I've got my 4, 9. This digit is being thrown to there. So those are the same digit. So what can this be? It can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can't be 9. One is in one of these two by Sudoku. Oh, this 2 makes this 8, which makes this 2. That means these can't be 8. They never could have been 8, actually. These are 5. These have to be 5. Because if these were 6, where would I put 6 in this box? Because these would then both have to be 7. Because if these are both 6s, those would both have to be 7. If these are both 7s, these would both have to be 6. These are both 5. That's really cool. I like that. That's a very, very nice piece of logic. And I should have seen it faster, but I didn't. This 5 makes that 7, which makes this 5. This is a triple now, which I'm going to put in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 6, and 9. There's no 4 there. This is a 6 or a 9. And there's no 9. This is the 6, so this is the 7, so this is the 8. This is the yellow, so that becomes the 7 and that becomes the 6. This is the green, so that becomes the 8. There is no 6 in here. So this is a 4-9 pair, and I can get rid of all of the colouring. This 4-9 pair, well, this row is all but complete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a 7, which looks up making that the 6 and that the 7. This is now a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This 6 looks down, making that the 5 and that the 6. This is now a 1, 2 pair. And this 2 looks down, making that the 1 and that the 2. Sandra and Nala are very, very good at hiding the toy in the last bits of the fog. But when you do a fog puzzle, I've done a couple myself, you can kind of get good at hiding the path. So 6 is in here, 7 is in one of those. Actually, I know this triple, so let's just do the triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's no 6 here, there's no 7 here, there's no 1 here. So, okay. Maybe that was not the way to do this. This is a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 9. And this 9 makes this the 4 and this the 9. This 9 looks up, making this 8 and this 9. So there's a triple in this column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's no 8 there, so I've got a 6, 7 pair. So this is the 8. This 7 makes this the 6, which makes this the 7, this the 6. This 6 looks across, making this 1, this 7, this 6. Is that Nala's toy? Was it a toy that was lost? I'm not sure what that is. I know nothing about dogs. I'm xenophobic, so when it comes to like dog toys and everything, I have no clue. So I need to put 1 in this box, but there's 2 1s, so these cells can't take it. So this is the 1. I need to put a 3 in this box, and I can't put it there. This is the 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. There's an 8 there, so that's the 9 and that's the 8. I'm assuming that's the toy and it got stuck in a branch or something. The 9 looks down, making this 4 and this 9. This column is missing a 2 and a 3, and there's a 3 there. So that's the 2, that's the 3. The 2 looks back, making that 5 and that 2. This box is now missing 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and I'll use that 4 to make that a 5 and that a 4. The solution is correct. Nala is happy to have her toy back. After finding her toy stuck in a tree, she thinks about adding climbing lessons to her list, just in case. 408 solves in 3.1 days. Okay, Sandra and Nala's puzzles are incredibly popular. Now, it's going to be about a week, and I think it's about 9 days after me recording this before this comes out. I fully expect this to be like 1,000 solves by the time this video comes out, unless it gets a cracking the cryptic feature, which it's deserving of, at which point it'll be like 6,000 and no one's going to watch my video. That can happen. Doesn't work the other way. Although I haven't had a puzzle that I've solved featured on CTC in like 4 or 5 months. Whatever. Wow, that's really, really cool. Thank you, Sandra and Nala, for giving me permission to do your puzzles. Thank you for the community for all the support. Please go check out 10 Types of Lines by Math Pesto. It was good. And please be forgiving of all of the puzzles of mine that are appearing on the channel at the moment. I'm getting guest solvers who are wanting to solve them, and I'm not going to turn down when my guest solvers. If you're interested in solving for the channel, let's chat. But the I'm not going to turn down those opportunities, and there's at the moment, because of all of the pressures and everything, it's content I've got, and my ability to record is a little bit more constrained. So yeah, I'm just taking the opportunities where I can find them, and the puzzles are rated as good. So if people are liking the puzzles, does it really matter? Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. There are a few fog puzzles coming, not just from Sandra and Nala, and I'm looking forward to them. Yeah, as always, good luck with your solving.